Ultimate Galek. You just know that anything that starts with ultimate means serious business, like Ultimate Spider-Man.
Hey, my name is Spider-Man.
Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Frisbee. I mean, no, that's actually super lame. But never mind. But Ultimate Galek?
Down! He's a dog.
But you know that already. You're here to hear how Galek became, well, the dog he is. And to tell you that, I gotta take you back to the beginning. You know, before Galek was born to the warlord Artak, and before Galek's grandfather Turan was betrayed by humanity while seeking peace for all orcs, I gotta take you back to... sorry, copyright. This is a raid lore video. I can't use that music. Let's go with this music instead. To keep it simple, the ancient war boils down to this: good is fighting against evil, Lumaya versus Siroth. Lumaya is a deity that's best summed up like this.
In my world, everyone's a pony, and they all eat rainbows and poop butterflies.
And Siroth, may he be like this.
I hate most people.
So how does an evil god that hates all and only wants power for himself get people to fight for him? Well, you hit him with a good 1-2. Like, 1, you send a force of demons to threaten an entire population. 2, you tell that population that if they fight for you against everybody else, you call off your demons. And that's what Siroth did. He sent a force of demons on the orcs, and the orcs were facing extinction. So it was either, well, go extinct or align yourself with Siroth. That and the orcs they have a natural love for violence and warfare, so they were an easy target to threaten and manipulate. And with that decision, that impossible decision, he coerced them into fighting with evil against good. So the orcs aligned themselves with Siroth and the forces of evil against Lumaya and the forces of good in the ancient war. And that's the rough gist, right? There's more, but we're not here to talk about the ancient war. If you want that, let me know in the comments and I'll cover it. Or you can just download Raid Shadow Legends from the link in my bio and learn about the ancient war via the in-game story. And now is actually a great time to start, because new players that download via my link can get one of 5 amazing champions with codes like Alice the Wanderer using code GETALICE, Green Warden Rural via the code TreeHugger, to Hanarak via Desert Queen, Thrallin Foulbeard via Demon Slayer, or my personal favorite, Sun Wukong via MONKEYKING. Plus, using my link or the QR code, all new players also get an epic Zargala and the very topic of this video, Ultimate Galek, both for free. And the icing on the cake is legendary Leminisi the Gold-wing. Leminisi is a powerful light champion, great for taking on corrupted fractions and boosting your early PvE progress. And all new players that use my link and log in for 7 days between now and August 20th will get this powerhouse champion for free. Just make sure you start your login streak by July 31st. And yeah, as you can see, a lot going on at Raid Shadow Legends. Now is the best time to join or rejoin the war in Teleria, but let's get back to just after the ancient war. Long before the events that take place in the game now, the orcs had aligned themselves with Siroth after he manipulated them into it. So after the war, all of Teleria had a forever hate boner against the orcs, because everybody's cousin had a cousin who was killed by an orc. So the orcs hunted down by all races and banished to live in the dead lands. And the dead lands are exactly what they sound like. You're born to die and to live, to survive, to not starve. Miracle. Problem is that the orcs, they were not evil reincarnate. You know, they were put between a rock and a hard place, faced with an impossible choice. Like, would you rather watch your mom and dad make love, or watch your absolute nut-busting fantasy, but your dad is putting hands on deck to bust that nut? I know. I'm sorry. Impossible choice. Now you know how the orcs felt. Impossible choice. It's not like they were in love with Siroth and his ideas. It's just that they had to make a choice. But essentially, what I'm trying to say is, orc lives matter. Enter the orc chieftain Turan. Think of him like the orc Martin Luther King, if Martin Luther King bench pressed 800 kilograms and squatted 1,000 kilograms and could tear people in half with his bare hands. Turan told his people,
I have a dream that one day
orcs and humans will live together. So Turan led his people out of the Deadlands and into the promised land like he's Orc Moses or something, and he made a deal with the people of the kingdom of Kairok. Me and my army will beat up your bad guys, protect your lands, and In return, you give us part of those lands to farm and live on in a peaceful coexistence. Let the past be the past. So a deal was made. Hands were shook. Turan and his army took care of humanity's enemies, and then the humans were like,
I lied.
and they hunted down the orcs when they were most vulnerable after defeating humanity's enemies and banished them from their lands. So now, every orc had an orc cousin that had a cousin that was killed by a human. The endless cycle of hatred continued, and out of that cycle stepped Artak. Artak was Turan's son, and he would not let his father's betrayal go unpunished, nor would he ever make the same mistakes his weak father did. If Turan was Martin Luther King, then his son Artak was Malcolm X. If Malcolm X was 8 feet tall and could deadlift 1,200 kilograms. Hashtag all natty. All humans had to fall before Artak. They had to die. But before that, well, some of these thick green ladies in the Deadlands had to fall before Artak's hammer. You know what I mean? The mean, lean green machine had to lay down some pipe on these orc baddies, you get me? So whatever orc incubation time is, that time later, Galek was born. Born into the payback war his father had since spread across the entire kingdom of Kaerok. A holy war almost, in the ferociousness that the orcs fought it with, to the end that all of humanity would be exterminated. So they raided and murdered all across the kingdom of Kaerok, led by Artak, who was so proud to have his son Galek fight by his side. And this one time,
At band camp?
the orc army conquered the free city of Leminisi, and it was time for a common ritual amongst the warriors: execute prisoners of war. This time, it was Galek's turn to execute a human family, mother, father, and their infant. A human family that they had taken prisoner, innocent in the eyes of most, but as Artak reminded his son,
This man led the human oppressors. He is responsible for the deaths of hundreds of orcs, as are his ancestors, for millions.
So with his father reminding Galek of all that his people had suffered through at the hands of humanity, he urged him to kill them. And not that Galek needed much reminding, man. He'd been here before. He'd raided alongside them. He killed humans across countless of battles in his father's wars. In fact, when he was young, Galek's initiation into the warrior ways was exactly this: executing humans just like these. A mother, a father, a son on their knees, begging for mercy only for Galek to make their heads roll and move on to the next human extermination site. But little by little, Galek, he started to question the guilt of humans that were so ready to give their life to save their child. Little by little, Galek started to question the guilt of villages filled with farmers without a weapon to their name. Little by little, Galek started to wonder just how many more thousands of humans had to die for the one king that had betrayed his grandfather once upon a time. And if one man could be the cause for a generation of hate, maybe one orc can be the cause for a generation of peace. And so, this time with the sobbing family before his knees, sending out their last prayers under Galek's looming axe, the orc chose not to swing his weapon, but to grab the child and run away into safety. And obviously, Papa Artak wasn't too happy about that. But you don't need me to tell you what happened next. You can watch it.
Please.
All this, for what? A single human child?
I do not wish to fight you, father.
You are no son of mine.
Let go, father! It is over.
Not for me. Weak.
And that baby was actually a girl that would grow up to be a woman that you might know better by her name, Aethel. But her story, that's a story for another video. As for Galek, after he broke the cycle of hatred by sparing these humans, by saving the child, he rose above the petty feud of mortals, and he had proven that he was ready to fight a greater war of good versus evil, that he was ready for a chance to get vengeance against Siroth, the one who was truly to blame for the struggle of Galek's people. And that's where you take control of him in Raid Shadow Legends. So download the game now via my link or QR to immediately get Ultimate Galek and Epic Zargala at level 15 for free, and use any of these 5 codes for another. Plus, returning players are not left hanging. Use code GAMELEAP or PP500 for a ton of in-game rewards.